Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lainey. Thank you so much for stopping by. In today's video, we're going to be doing an update to my Pan Those eyeshadows, so if you're interested in seeing that, then just keep on watching. Before we get into that though, if you're new here, please remember to hit that subscribe button so you never miss another video from me. Alright you guys, so this is one big update. I am actually filming this pretty early because I have 4 shadows rolling out. Spoiler alert, 4 of my shadows are rolling out, and it is an exciting update. There is lots of juicy pan in this update, but before we get into the update, this project was created by Alexi. I will link her channel down below, as well as all the information you need to know about this project pan. But really, this is a really customizable project pan. Everyone does it in their own way. For me, I am working based off of randomizing prompts and then picking shadows based on that. So as we go through this, I will tell you the prompt that I picked and the shadows, but this is the color story I was working with. It was very good sporty. Also, please ignore this bad swatch. I did not wipe off my finger. So it's a little bit shimmery. That is a matte, but I'm really excited about, I was really excited about the color story, and I really loved it, and clearly it worked out for me because I have pan in 4 shadows. So it was a big month. Let's get started. So first, I was working on the shade Serenade from ColourPop. This is from the Limoncello palette, but I did just pop it out and put it in my magnetic palette, and I think you can see there is some nice shiny pan. It doesn't want to focus. There it is. I used this actually 3 more times until I hit pan, and I'm rolling it out. So super excited about this. This was for the prompt, a shadow you want to pan. I was just really gravitated to the Limoncello palette, and I picked a yellow shimmer because it wasn't something I was working on in another project, and I was really happy to work on this. It's a nice yellow metallic. Next, I got the prompt, a yellow matte, and I chose the shade Maine from my Menagerie Killer Purr palette. I used this 7 times over the last month, and as you can see, I have hit pan. I was really shocked when I hit pan. I was expecting it to take longer. Granted, I did have I had a decent sized dip in this. It wasn't a huge dip, but I definitely had a dip, and that shadow had been used prior to rolling it into this project. But I'm really excited to have a pan in this palette now. So I love the Menagerie formula, and this was a really nice kind of like mustardy yellow matte. So I was really excited to work on this, and I'm really happy to have pan in it. Menagerie mattes are no joke. Next, I got the prompt, a green matte, and I chose the shade Marnie from my Lunar Beauty Moonspell Volume 2. And as you might be able to guess, this is the one that does not have pan yet. Yeah, I mean, there's a dip going on in there, but these mattes, they're not, I've said this before, they're not the hardest mattes to hit pan on, but they're also not the easiest. So I expect this to be in for a little while longer, but I really love this green, and I really love this palette. It's gotten a lot of use out of it, and yeah, I'm excited to continue to work on this. So this is the only one that is not rolling out. Next, I got the prompt, again, something you want to pan, and I chose the shade Sweetie Sunbeam from Divina Cosmetics. This already had a pretty decent dip on it. So it was just a really nice sparkly neutral, and it's really something special, and I hit pan on it in 5 uses. So as you can see, there's a pretty big dip and some pan. This is just a really nice brown with gold shimmer, and maybe a little green shimmer as well. It's super beautiful. I really loved using this. I really want to do a video on like my favorite like sparkly neutrals, like my favorite indie shimmer neutrals, because I think there are some really special ones out there, and this would definitely be on that list. And so I'm really happy to have pan on this again, or not again, but just I'm happy that I hit pan on it, and is the 3rd shadow rolling out of this project, which gives you a hint for, I mean, I guess I already spoiled it because Marnie isn't rolling out, but anyway. Next, I got a outer corner / deepening shade, and I chose a shadow for my Beauty Bay Book of Magic palette. I chose the shade Voodoo, which is this dark purple right here, and as you can see, I hit pan. This one was actually quite a surprise. I was not expecting it, and how I actually hit pan on this is I ran it through, I used like a transition shade, and then I used this like on my outer corner and ran it through my crease, and then I actually took Sweetie Sunbeam, the shade I just showed you, and put it all over the lid, and it was like a really nice like purple mixed with neutral look, and it was really pretty. This one I felt like it was a lot more pigmented than the other shadows. And like the Beauty Bay formula, I love the shimmers, but the mattes are not my absolute favorite. I can find them a little bit tricky to use. And I felt like this one was like really nice and deep and a pretty good purple formula. And I just felt like I didn't need to use as much shadow as maybe some of the other shades. But I was surprised to find pan when I did that eye look, so I'm really happy that I have another pan in this palette. I'm trying to hit all of the eyeshadow pans in this palette this year. I've got how many more to go? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 more pans to go. I think I can do it by the end of the year. These neutrals take a while to hit pan on. I feel like I've used them quite a bit and they don't budge, but yeah, so that is my 4th shadow rolling out, which means we are rolling 4 new shadows in. Let me move some of my shadows away so I don't break them, and we will get to rolling in the new prompts. Okay, so just to go over, I will link my list that I'm working off of down below. There are 2 tabs on the spreadsheet, one with duplicate prompts, which is what I'm using, but if you don't want to use some duplicate prompts, then you can use the second tab, which has those removed. I just added some of maybe the more challenging prompts or the more fun prompts, and I added them in just to have the chance of getting them more. And also just for my personal project, I try to have 2 mattes in at every time. I did roll out 3 mattes, which means I do 2 of my shadows no matter what. 2 of the 4 shadows no matter what have to be matte. There can be more, there can't be less though. So I have 91 prompts left to work on, so let us roll 4 and then we'll look at what they are and then I will pick the shadows. So let's see, we've got 27, 86, that is 60, and 12. Okay, 27, 86, 60, and 12. So 27 is a gray matte shadow. Okay, so we got one of those picked out for us. Number 86 is a purple shimmer. Number 60 is a shadow that starts with the letter M. And number 12 is any matte shadow. So we got that picked out, 2 mattes. I'm gonna take a second, figure out what I wanna roll in, and then I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. I picked out my shadows. Let's go over what I picked. So first I got the prompt, a matte gray shadow. So I decided to pick a shadow from one of my newer palettes. This is the BH Cosmetics Smitten Switzerland palette. I found this, I hunted it down at a TJ Maxx. And so I decided to roll in this shade right here. It's called Basil, I believe, or Basil. And it's just a gray matte. So yeah, it's right there, that swatch underneath the purple. It's just a light gray matte. And I don't know how hard it is to hit pan on these shadows, but we'll find out, I suppose. Then I got prompt 86. And that was a purple shimmer, so I decided to keep the Book of Magic palette out a little while longer, and I chose the shade Charmed right here because it is one of the few shimmers that doesn't have pan anymore, and it fits the prompt. So swatched out, it's right there. It's just a light purple shimmer. I'm working on so many purples right now, but it has a dip going, and these are the shimmers I find pretty easy to hit pan on, so we'll get through it. But yeah, we'll get through it. It's fine. It's a Beauty Bay shadow. They're relatively easy to hit pan on. Then I got prompt 60, which is a shadow that begins with the letter M. And I decided to, again, pick a shadow from the Book of Magic palette. And I chose the shade Moonlight right here, which is a silver shimmer. I just thought it'd be nice because I am trying to hit pan in all of the shadows. This is like the only, it was that or the matte brown, and I didn't want to work on the matte brown quite yet. So I'm gonna roll in Moonlight, and there is a light swatch right there. You can barely see it because I swatched it super awkwardly, but I'm excited to work on that. I've used it quite a bit as an inner corner highlight, but it still doesn't have pan on it yet. And then finally I got the prompt Any Matte, and I was like, this was the one I had the hardest time picking, because it was like literally whatever I want, and I was like, I don't know what I want to do. So I decided to stick with Menagerie, even though these are really hard mattes to hit pan on, but I decided to go with the Flight Club palette since I don't have pan in it yet, and I just chose the shade Squeak right here, and I just figured this would be a good shadow to wear with multiple different looks. I will show you the swatch right here. It is quite rosy, but I feel like I could use it with grays, I could use it with purples, I can use it with more rosy tones. So I thought it could get a lot of use in a lot of different looks, and then I just re-swatched Marnie down here, so this is my new color story. Really awkward swatches, but this is the new color story right here. Am I as excited about it? No. But I am excited to work on all of these. I'm excited to get 2 more pans in the Beauty Bay palette and get closer to hitting pan in all of them. And I'm really excited that I rolled in 4 new shadows, so I don't think next month will be quite as exciting. But I am excited about where I am right now, and let me actually pull up my pan percentage. I want to go through my list and just make sure it's up to date. I believe it is. I just want to double check. I don't know, my screen was doing weird things. But I believe it's correct. I want to go through and just make sure, because I have decluttered a few palettes, as well as bring shadows in. So I just want to make sure everything's up to date again, but I'm pretty sure it's up to date. I just want to double check. So right now, according to my list, I have 45 eyeshadow pans in my collection. I have 826 shadows total, which gives me a pan percentage of 5.45%. I'm not aiming for a certain pan percentage right now. I just thought I would share my pan percentage with you. So, I mean, 45 pans is a lot. Again, I just want to make sure I've removed any palettes that I've decluttered, which it looks like I have. I've retired a few older palettes, which you guys will see in my next empties video, which I'm going to combine March and April together. So yeah, right now I have 781 eligible shadows to hit pan on, and yeah, I'm really excited. Let me know how your pan those shadows is going down below if you are doing one. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, leave a comment if you like down below, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!